Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. Okay, so I wanted to do another one of my ghost wipes, but I want to do a colour and I'm not too sure if this is going to work or not. So I thought, how about I do a little test run on a mini canvas. So this is what sometimes you're best to do. If you're ever going, I'm not sure if this is going to work, I've got these little mini canvases. I got them quite cheap. And that way I don't have to waste a lot of paint to figure out if it's going to work or not. So what we're going to do is pour some white onto it. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. Sometimes I do things... I thought about it, but I still did it anyway. Yeah. We won't say much about that, will we? So, all as we want to do is try to cover as much of this as we can with the palette knife. There's way too much paint on this now. It's because I am rushing. I've got an early start of work tomorrow, so I don't really have a lot of time. And I thought, hey, let's just do a little practice canvas. Because I definitely wouldn't have had time to do a big 40 centimetre by 80 centimetre canvas. So cover it as good as possible on, and this is the same technique I do for a big canvas. So kind of, it's good to see, because normally I do it off camera on the big canvas because it takes so much longer to do. So I use my palette knife and I get every part of the canvas covered in paint. And then, once it is actually covered on the canvas, so I know that there's no dry bits, because that's what you want, is no dry bits. A little bit more to go with the palette knife. And you can use a spatula or whatever you like to do this part in. Sometimes I use a palette knife, sometimes I use a spatula. Mix it up. Okay, now that part is done. I'm going to have to put gloves on, otherwise I'm going to get paint everywhere. Now we tilt the canvas and we do our best to make it roll over the sides, kind of become even all over. So normally I do this a little bit more carefully with less wastage when I'm doing a big canvas, but this is a little test run, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So just try to get it even over all the surfaces and over all edges. Now this last edge to go. Are we getting there? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now that that is even and pretty smooth all over, get rid of my gloves, I don't need them now. Okay. One thing I have misplaced is a swipe card. Where did I put them? Here's a couple. These are actually quite thin ones, which are probably going to be perfect for this size canvas. We get our paper towels ready. Another stir stick. This is the silver I have used in the past. So make sure you give it a good stir before you use it. So the white base is Eraldo di Paulo paint, mixed 4 parts floetrol, 1 part paint. These colours are silver, which is 1 part paint, 3 parts floetrol, and the one down there is black, which is the same, 1 part paint, 3 parts floetrol. So what these midges are annoying me. They sneak in and frustrate me. So what we're going to do is pour off the canvas and then on the canvas. That should be fine. This is a test run. I just want to see how these paints react. Then we go silver off the canvas. Whoa. On the canvas. I may do a slight quick little line with the black. What am I doing? I'm rushing. Don't rush. Now, we get my card. And I always find this hard on the edge. I gotta stand my body in the right position. Put it roughly in the middle. Swipe it across. Alright. Looks like I'm getting the reaction I wanted. Swipe it across. I wanted to do a black one without colours, but I wasn't sure how the black would go. So I thought I'll do a little test run. And it is looking awesome. I wasn't sure if it would come out too grey, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's going to stay quite black. So this is what you do, people, when you want to try something but you're unsure how you're going to go about it. Get out a little mini canvas, and I could have done the same thing on a tile, but I think sometimes the behavior of the paint reacts differently whether you're on a canvas or a tile, just a little bit, because the pressure that you put, this has got some give in it. A tile doesn't. So now, while I'm at it, I'm going to finish off this artwork, because even though it's only a little one, I think it's still going to be awesome. I'm going to put it like that. I think it's going to be easier for me to swipe. I always position my body on that side of the board when I'm doing a swipe, but here I can just go like that. So can't normally do that with the bigger canvas, but this little one I can. So it is going greyish, but the black is staying defined enough that I'm happy with that. So I'm going to turn my card around, and I'm just going to continue doing this on this side. Touch roughly where you were before, and swipe. Okay, so this is all that you ever have to do when you're unsure about something. And take it from me, even the experts have to do little, they're not always 100% sure how things are going to go either. Don't always think that they've got these magical artworks that just appear out of nowhere and they've never had a flaw. We all do. Everyone does. So don't ever worry about making mistakes. If you only worry if you make a mistake and you don't learn from it, that's when you're going to start having real problems. Mistakes teach people things. And that's all that you ever need to worry about, is if you make a mistake, learn from it. Because that is the best thing that you could ever do. There, that's a bit better. I always swipe the sides, otherwise you get a couple of little drip lines of just that solid colour. At least this way here, it's not going to look the same as the top, but it kind of gives you a bit of a little bit of continuity. I'm using words I know but I can't pronounce. You know what I mean. Me and my little quirks. Okay, so test run, awesome. So the black is kind of sinking a little bit and kind of becoming a bit more grey. Absolutely fine, because it's still dark enough that is giving me the effects that I want, and we are getting some solid dark bits of black, which is the other part that I wanted. So I will be doing this soon on a big 40 centimeter by 80 centimeter canvas, but I wanted to test it out on a small canvas just to make sure that I wasn't going to waste a ton of paint on something that was not going to give me the desired effect. So, as we can see, it's giving me lacing. I did kind of rush this a little bit, so I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And same with the white base. I kind of just went, here, and just kind of poured it all over. But, yeah. I got to get up for work early, very early tomorrow morning. So, I don't have enough time to do this. I went to my parents for dinner and got home a bit late to do a proper artwork, but I wanted to do a test run. And this is my wind down. I think of all day, what am I going to do when I get home? What can I paint? So now I can kick back and relax knowing that this, because otherwise I'll think, I won't be able to get to sleep because I'll be too busy thinking, oh, should I do this? Will this technique work? Now I know it works with black. Awesome. So I will bring you down for a close-up, but this is virtually giving me exactly what I wanted, and in the end, that is all that mattered. That's all I really wanted to achieve, is to figure out. Now I am, I've lost my lid. Alright, I'll have to do that after. I've lost my lid for that one. I know I've got one lid there, but I should have two lids. Okay, pausing, and then I can bring you down.